I can help you change your finances in just 6 months as an immigrant. Not in 10 years, not in 5 years, in 6 months. I know the system abroad can feel like it's swallowing your income and you feel like you're working to pay bills. But with focus, you can start seeing real changes in 6 months, no matter where you're starting. Trust me. I'll break this into 6 months. So let's talk about month one. You see, gaining financial clarity is important. My friend Bessie used to joke sometimes that, it's time for me to call myself to a board meeting. And she says this whenever she knows that something in her career or in her life needs to change. And honestly, this is exactly what you need to do with your finances. Because the same mindset that created the problem won't be the same mindset that would solve it. So ask yourself these questions and answer them as honestly as you can. Is this what I expected my financial situation to look like when I decided to relocate? Do I believe that I deserve to thrive in this place and I'll call home? Am I barely getting by? If your answer to any of this is yes, then your personal board meeting is absolutely necessary. So you're going to call yourself to a board meeting. And in this board meeting, as always, three things are always discussed. Where are we? How did we get here? What can we do about it? So this is your own starting point as well. This is a starting point for a change. You cannot skip this step because you need to know. So to answer the questions of where you are, write down the value of your net worth. Your net worth is what you own minus what you owe. What you own will include things like your cash, your investments, the current value of your car if you have one, your properties, the value of it, the value of your business if you have one, and sum all this together. And from the total, you back out what you owe, your loans, your mortgages, your credit card, your debts, all those things. This is important. If the number you get is what you expect, bravo. If not, the next question is, how did I get here? You need to be clear where your money is going. You need to be clear what's working. You need to be clear what's not working. Because once you have that clarity, you can then start making changes that will truly, change your finances for the better. Many of us live abroad without knowing where our money is going. This month, your goal is to track every expense using a simple spreadsheet. I have one that I have created. I can send it to you. Just let me know in the comment section and I'll send it to you. Write down your income, your bills, your subscriptions, the money you send home, that coffee, everything. And from here, you can start to identify the leaks in your expenses. What are those things I spent money on that are not absolutely necessary? And you will only know if you run this exercise. So number 2, which I would call month 2, create a spending plan. Now that you've taken a honest look at where your money is going, it's time to give every pound you earn a job. You're going to direct it. Because if you don't tell your money where to go, it will find its way to, those Amazon orders, those endless trades, those random purchases. And then at the end of the month, you wonder, where did they all disappear to? What I always advise is you have to identify your fixed expenses. And these are your non-negotiables, like your rents, your transport, your childcare, your bills, and all those things. You need to know these numbers clearly because they set the foundation of your plan. Then you have to have a list of all your expenses, things like your groceries, your entertainment, your personal spending. This is where many people overspend without realizing it. So start tracking. Track what you've been spending here and decide what needs to be adjusted. Do I need to reduce, the number of times I eat out, for example? And then you decide also how much you want to pay yourself first. This is your savings and investment. It's not what is left after you finish spending. You have to decide it upfront. Even if it is small amount, consistency helps. If you send money home, for example, allocate a clear budget to this to say, this is the amount I will use to support those back home. you cannot support those back home, at your own expense or at the expense of your financial future. So mark a budget for this. So having this plan in place helps you, know that your bills are covered, you're preparing for your future through savings and investment, and you can still enjoy life, without feeling any guilt. So like I said, if you want a copy of my spending plan, comment spending, and I'll send this to you. Comment spending or spending plan, whatever, and I'll send this to you. So this month, you're taking control of your income and you're directing it intentionally to where you want it to go. That's what we're doing in month 2. Month 3, now you have to fix your emergency fund. And I say this because it is important that you protect yourself from the unexpected. Life will happen. I say this a lot. Life will happen without notice. That job contracts might end, your car may break down, your family may need some emergency support. Without your emergency fund, you will end up falling back on credit cards, overdrafts, loans, and all this keep you trapped in a debt cycle. So if you have nothing yet for your emergency fund, start with say 500 to 1,000 pounds. Just start saving towards 500 to 1,000. This amount is not your full financial safety net, but it's enough to handle say small emergencies without panicking or going into debt. And if you already have something saved, your next goal is grow it to 1 to 3 months of your essential expenses. So take a look at that spending plan from last month. Calculate what essential expenses are, your rent, your bills, your transport, and all those things. Multiply that by 1 to 3 months, and then you have your next emergency fund target. I always say your emergency fund is not for holidays or for shopping deals. It's for real emergencies. So just keep it there. And this is what I believe will help you sleep better at night, knowing that you have a cushion. So if your income, for whatever reason, I know we all say God forbid, for whatever reason it gets disrupted, you can fall back on this one. So this month, your mission is clear. Start or strengthen your emergency fund. Even if it is slow, even if it is 50 pounds, even whatever amount, just make sure you're building something. You're building that safety net. And this, like I mentioned, will give you that comfort that you need, in case anything happens. Month 4, this is where you start to think about increasing your income. You see, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is focusing only on cutting expenses. Budgeting is important. Cutting expenses is important. Your income is actually your greatest tool for building wealth. It's your income. How do you 10x your income? As Alex Amoze will say, how do you 10x your income? Your goal is to make more money, not to spend less. If you're paid hourly, you can ask for extra shifts or overtime. Even a few extra hours can add up quickly. If you have, a business mindset, you can start a side hustle. You can start a side hustle on weekends. It could be anything from ordering and reselling. It could be tutoring. It could be babysitting. It could be, freelancing. It could be graphic designing. It could be anything. It could be anything. And this helps you to grow your income. And I always say that we owe it to ourselves to upskill ourselves. Learn new skills, get certification, take short courses. You see, all those things will qualify you for higher paying roles. And some people will say, oh, I have to go and pay for online courses. No, there are a lot of free and affordable online courses available online. So just check. Build a professional profile on LinkedIn. That's another thing. Share your work experience, explore new job opportunities. Don't just get comfortable in your zone. There are better paying roles out there, and if you present yourself online, you will find them. Increasing your monthly income by, even if it is a little, even if it is tiny, it can honestly change how you feel about yourself, one, and it can change your financial, trajectory. You're not just surviving that paycheck. You also have some little amount coming in from, freelancing or from your side gigs. Growing your income, it is so much more important than managing your expenses. That's also, important, but you have to continue to ask, how do I 10x my income? And then month 5, you have to start investing. Yeah, some people don't like to hear this. Well, you cannot save your way to wealth. It's good to save, but to grow your money, you need to invest. And if you're in the UK, the easiest place to start is your stocks and shares ISA. This is a tax-free investment account where your money can continue to grow without you paying tax on dividend or gains. And if you're outside UK, you can look for a similar investment account that, offer tax advantages. I know it's TFSA, tax-free savings account in Canada. Just look out for all this, tax shielding investment opportunity. Start by learning about index fund, ETFs. They are low-cost passive investments. They help you track, the whole market or a sector of the market. Think of them like buying a piece of a whole company, and instead of trying to pick one stocks, you have a lot of it that you're buying. That's what we call ETF. And I always say, you don't need a lot to start. You can start with £50. You can start with £100. It makes a huge difference over a long period of time. So start learning how to invest. When I hear some people still say, oh, I'm not investing, I don't understand. I think it's a choice. I think it's a personal choice not to want to understand. There are a lot of information out there. So make your investment this month. Even if it's going to be £20, make your first investment in month 5. Month 6, you have to continue to review and automate. It's time to take a pause now. Reflect on the past 5 months. How much have I saved so far? Have I reduced my debt? Have I stopped, adding to my debt? Have I managed to increase my income? Do I have ideas? Are my investments set up? Have I started investing? Am I seeing progress? And trust me, no matter how small the progress is, it is motivating. It is telling you can do a lot of things, and your financial future is in your hands. You can grow it. You can expand your financial network. You can do many things. It's all in your care. And I say automate your savings and investment because you don't want to trust your willpower. So as your salary comes in, automate it so that it goes in there. You are investing without, delay. You're saving without delay. And this, again, removes that temptation to spend, what you planned to save, for example. And it helps you to continue to grow your savings, continue to grow your investment. So by month 6, you're not just managing your money. You're also letting your money work for you. And you're understanding that your whole financial game can change. This is how you build foundation that can change your life. When you call yourself to the next board meeting, at month 7, even if it is just £100 increase in your net worth, celebrate that progress. You've started something. You've started something so profound that will not only help you, but help those around you. Because for me, it's not always perfection. It is progress. So long as I'm making small, consistent improvements, I am good. You're better than those that have not started. So remember, changing your finances abroad is not easy, but it is possible. And in 6 months, you can begin to lay a foundation that would change your financial story forever. And if you're thinking, which accounts do I put my emergency fund? How do I start investing? And all those things, I've got you. You should see this next video, and I will see you there.